Hey guys. So, Nail Art Swatch Series Episode 3. I'm going to be redoing some thermal nail art. If you saw my last video, I did do a set and I wasn't fully satisfied with the results. So I redid this one here. I'm going to pick it up in a second. And this is the one. So this was my redo. And now I just want to play around with some different colors. So that's what we're going to do today. If you want to stick around, work with me or watch, I'll see you in a sec.
Give it to me like...
Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I did these thermal nails last time and I wasn't fully happy with them. So and the reason I wasn't was I started to notice that there wasn't enough of a sort of blend between the colors, and I think they should have blended a little better. So I got my pigments again. I'm going to use the same colors, but I'm going to add a purple to that. So we're going to do blue, pink, blue, purple, and then I'll use these orangey yellow tones. And I want to redo a few different designs on my swatch sticks. So, Nail Art Swatch Series, Episode 3. We're going to use white for our background. And I'm going to use 3 different versions of a white, just to see if any one of them sort of works better than the other. And again, we're going to need a matte top coat because the pigments are going to be over the matte top coat. And let's play around with some different versions here and see how we got to our final product. Okay, so let's start with our pigments. And our first nail we'll do with the Perfect White. So I'll start with the blue. And then I'm going to do the pink as well. So I like the way that looks together. And I'm still working with these tops here. There's so much pigment on the tops. I don't want to waste it, so I'm pulling out the little top section. I'm just putting it aside. And then we are going to use this neon orange. It's kind of an orange yellow, sort of how it transfers. So it actually doesn't quite turn out as bright as it looks in the pigment. And then we're going to do, I wanted to add a purple because I think the purple and the blue, all those colors together, I think work really well. So we need buffed tips. So I have buffed my swatch sticks. And the first one I'm going to start with the Perfect White, Madame Glam Perfect White. And that's going to be my background. So I'm going to do one coat of this. And then I am going to cure. And then I'm going to matte. I'm going to put a matte top coat on top. And then I'll cure again. So one coat of the white first. And then cure. Okay, so just to go over the whites I used the Madame Glam Perfect White on the first one, Second one, I used a Beetles color 054, which is just another version of the white, which I think is this one. And then the third one I used was a Gellen white 008. So I cured those, and now what I'm doing is I am matte top coating all of them, and then I'm going to cure them. And then the pigments are going to go on top of the matte top coat. So they just don't burnish into the gel colors. You have to put a matte top coat on for it to actually stick. So we'll finish up here and just make sure to cure. Okay, so first one is out of the lamp. So the first one I decided to recreate the set that I did last time. And I just want to see if I can make these colors sort of the gradient mesh into each other a little bit better. So I'm starting with my blue. I am using the same brush. What I did notice was I switched it up so that the one I showed you in the beginning, I actually used just a gel brush instead because I found that I had more control over the pigments. But here I'm being a little stubborn as I'm doing this because I kept hoping that they would mesh together better with the thicker brush. And I mean, it looks really cool off the bat. Like, I like how that looks. But you'll start to see as I start to go with the purple and then the next color, it just gets a little too messy and I just can't control the pigments properly. But I keep plugging away, tapping the extra pigment off, brushing it off, and it just gets very messy. So the ones I'm doing in this video, I do use this brush, but just a note, that really crisp one that I showed in the beginning, I did do the pigments with a gel brush instead, and I found that my lines were a lot more neater, and I could still like sort of mesh them together really nicely without sort of getting everything all over the place. So let's just continue with the purple. And every time I finish with one of these colors, I do clean my brush off. So I just clean it with a little bit of alcohol, and then I actually dry my brush on the paper towel that I'm using so that there's no color left and it doesn't get too messy. So here I've done a pink. You can see after the purple I did go in with a pink, and now I'm going in with the orange just to sort of brighten up that center. Now it depends how you like the look. So some people I asked liked it like this. I prefer it a little bit brighter. So this is sort of my first go over. I do matte top coat again, then I cure, and then I go over this another time with all the colors, with all the pigments, so that it just pops a little more. So it just depends sort of what you like. I didn't think it was dark enough, so I decided to do another go. So here I'm going to matte it, I'm going to cure, and then I do some cleanup afterwards. So I show a little bit of the cleanup, not too much of it, but just so you know that end result, I did go over these all again with the pigments just to make those colors pop. Okay, on to our second one. So the second one, the white is the Beetles white, and it's got a matte as well on top. So I decided for this one I wanted to sort of reverse my colors, and of course that was my whole idea, and then I just totally changed my mind right at the end. I wish I had just completely reversed them, but it still came out okay. So this is that orange pigment, which is kind of looking yellow here. I don't know why. Yeah, so instead of having that orange in the middle, I wanted to do the orange around the outside and then go like pink to blue. So next I'm taking the pink. This does get messy, so like I said, if you want to be more precise and you don't want it to sort of dust into the lighter colors, you can use a gel brush for this, and it actually turns out really nice. So orange on the outside, so orangey yellow, I guess, on the outside. Pink is sort of my next one. And then what I should have done was blue, but for some reason I decided that I wanted to go with purple. So what are you going to do? So we're going to continue on. And then once I'm done, I'm going to mat it, cure it, and we'll go on to the next one. Okay, on to our third one. So here I use the Gellen white, which is 008. I actually feel like this one worked the best out of all of them. So here I wanted to start with a purple for my outer layer. And then I think I do the pink into the orange, and it turned out really nice. So yeah, so I do the pink. These ones just blended so nicely together. The color combination was really smart. So I think this was probably my favorite one of them. And the cool thing with these colors is I was, it's a little bit messy. You can kind of see the way it's applying. But the way they smush together, it still made like this beautiful tone. So, yeah, so the purple, the pink, and then into that orange. Really pretty. So, done with the pink, I'm going in with my sort of neon orangey yellow, whatever color this is exactly, just for my centerpiece. And then once I'm done here, I'm going to dust this off. I'm going to mat it again. And like I said, I do some cleanup. I think that's coming. I'll show you a little bit of that. But I do some cleanup just to make sure those colors are like really vibrant.
Spell, double, name. My eyes see your face. Searching for a straight to spell, double, name. My eyes see your face. Searching for a straight to space.
Okay, so this one has just come out of the lamp after I put the matte top coat again on top of that first go over, and then this is my touch up. So all I do is I go over it all again and just sort of make sure that all those colors, all those pigments are just coming out much stronger. And I mean, I don't know, some people like it with that sort of dulled effect, sort of lighter pigments, but I think these look really nice when the colors are just crisp and strong. So I'm doing my purple, the pink again, and then we're going to do that yellowy orange again. And once I finish this, after I get it to my liking, make sure there's no sort of like white spots or open spaces or anything that sort of needs a little bit of cleanup. Once I am happy, I'm going to top coat, and then I'm going to cure. So I'm going to do this one. I think I show you a little bit of another one, I think. But like you can see how it's just, it's really coming through much stronger. and I think it looks much neater. And these pigments are fun to work with, but they're so messy. So messy. Like I don't know if it's the brand. Are all pigments like this? I think they are, because it's just like powdered color. But like, look at that. Anyway, the nail looks really nice. So yeah, I do show you the other ones. So this was my first one. This is with the Madame Glam Perfect White I used on this one. And it's just not, the pigment color is not dark enough. So again, going over every little section with its original color. This one really frustrated me. It was getting so messy. Like just rewatching it right now is stressing me out. But, you know, when I showed these to everyone, some people liked this one. So, you know, hey, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So let's just keep going, just touching these up. And then again, once I'm happy that I filled in all the spaces and that it looks the way I want it to look. See, it kind of gets better, right? Yeah, it actually does get better. Anyways, yeah, so once I'm done, I'm going to top coat to finish. And then I'm going to cure, and then we'll come back and look at the final reveal. Yeah, the more I watch this, the more I look at this, I actually like this one a lot. I think this one actually looks like that thermal, gives that thermal effect. Now, another thing I should mention, when you top coat on pigments, the thicker the top coat, the better. So whenever I don't have enough on my brush, the colors run into each other too much. So really saturate your brush and just float that top coat all over the nail. Okay, so cured. And that's what it looks like on my finger. So for this one, I use the Perfect White as the background. And again, matte top coat, pigments on the matte. Matte again if you want to make the color stronger, then top coat and cure. Second one, I use the Beetles 454, A454 is actually the color. And I just sort of reversed, well, I tried to reverse my colors. Again, I used matte top coat, redid it again, and then topped it to final, or to finish. And then this one I thought turned out really nice, 008, it's a Gellen white. Again, I matted the white, did my pigments, matted again, and then I went deeper in with that, with the pigment to bring that color out. Then I topped it, and this one actually sort of blended really nicely. There is a little bit of a pigment crumble in the middle. It's really bothering me, but you can barely see it. But yeah, I think this one turned out really cool. This color combination, really, really nice. And then this one, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's a little messy, but it's okay. I still think I should have done the blue in the middle instead, but I don't know. And there we go. Those are the final. Shiny top coated. All done, ready to go. This was the set that I did before, and you can see I have succeeded in meshing these gradients together a little bit better. And I do think on the stiletto, you just have more real estate to work with, so it's a little bit easier. Yeah, and the shape. I really like the shape of the stiletto. So there we go. There we have it. I don't know. Let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know if you tried this yourself, if you did anything different. These are my 3 for today. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you all next time.